What's going on, guys? This is Jason of Auglitical. I swim through politics so you don't drown too. I am just a man trying to bring common sense in a world where common sense isn't so common. Let's get straight into it. So, over here on the New York Post, this was an article that I actually was like, let me seek out some stuff and see what we can cover. And I just gotta say, it's really sad because I'm seeing all these stories of just terrible people having access to people who are innocent, some being women who are not in are in businesses or jobs that they're not supposed to be in. Some of them being kids. I just read a story about this little girl who was trying to escape from her abusive family, and this girl was getting abused and went to the police, and the police sent her right back home, and then the family tortured this little girl to death and she died. And now I found another story and I said, you know what, I'm gonna cover this for you guys because I like to cover a wide range of things. I don't try to focus on one thing. I know there's a lot of people that they are upset because I don't cover specific things that they may enjoy solely. But it is what it is. It's my channel and I cover what I want to cover. It's not that I cover it to make anybody look good or anything like this. I cover what I find interesting, you know? And again, I like to be well rounded in what I do, you know. I was well rounded the first time I had a channel. The first time I had a channel when it was up to almost 600 subscribers before YouTube nuked it. I was covering a wide range of things, and I'm going to continue to cover a wide range of things. I don't want to be focused on one thing and be a one trick pony. Let's get it. Callous daycare owner allegedly killed infant by bashing his head onto the floor during diaper change. Man, what the hell? A heartless Arkansas daycare owner was charged with capital murder after she allegedly snapped and slammed an infant's head into the floor multiple times while changing his diaper, police said. Initially I was like, was this just an accident? And then I just have to sit there and say, if you are prone to being emotionally compromised and snapping, you shouldn't be around children. You you should know better than to be acting like that around children, to be that dangerous around children. Aaron Souls, 23 years old, was arrested Tuesday after fatally bashing an 8-month-old boy's head into the hardwood floor 3 times at her Little Rock home daycare when she developed a headache and became frustrated during a diaper change. Dog, what? Are you kidding me? According to charging documents obtained by multiple outlets. After the savage beating, the infant became hot and sweaty, after the savage beating, the infant became hot and sweaty, prompting the suspect to give him a bottle, but 15 minutes later, he wasn't breathing. Cops rushed into the Clifton Drive home around 11:14 a.m. to find the baby unresponsive, with first responders performing CPR while en route to a local hospital. The infant, identified by his family as Elijah Flowerday, was pronounced dead at the medical center after suffering a skull fracture and brain. Oh man, a skull fracture and bleed. The violent death was ruled a homicide, and the collarless caretaker was taken into custody after allegedly confessing to the ruthless attack. Trinity Russell, the boy's grief-stricken mother, told authorities her son was in good health when she dropped him off with Souls that morning, the arrest report showed, per the Gazette. Isaac Flowerday and his family are facing an unimaginable loss after the passing of their beloved baby boy, Elijah. The heartbroken family set on a GoFundMe. It's crazy. This tragedy has left Isaac, Trinity, and their son Leyland heartbroken as they grieve the loss of their son and little brother. The days ahead will be incredibly difficult as they try to find comfort and healing together as a family. I think we all come to work sometimes a little bit less than ideal, but you can't bring your problems. Like, the environment that you're in. Like, why they you ever heard the thing women are better suited for better suited to be nurturers for children? Some are clearly not. Clearly, this woman is not. Because if you snapping from getting frustrated from changing a goddamn diaper, that you're bashing a child's head into the ground, I'm sorry, into the floor, into the hardwood floor. Here's the deal. So she's slamming babies. Who else babies has this woman abused? How many times has she abused this child? Again, I keep running into these stories of people who have access to the most vulnerable, and it scares me at this point. Because at this point, you got to look at everybody as potentially dangerous. You got to be vigilant at this point. There was you guys saw the post that I put up recently where you had a woman who was outside of a courthouse and some asshole, some fucking lunatic, some menace swung a nailed what was it? I guess a nail board, a board with a nail in it from behind, and he swung at her and it took her eye out. And I put a little poll up about this type of thing. And I'm not a naturally violent person. I'm not like vindictive, right? Like I'm not edgy for the sake of being edgy because it's funny, like some shit stains are that's rising up right now in recent memory, and right now. I do believe that people deserve second chances. But I did put on that poll, I pretty much said, if you had the option as a judge, jury, or executioner, what would you do? If you had the power right now, wherever this guy is, you had him before you in a court of law, what would be your sentencing? What would be your judgment on it that you would pass on this individual? And I listed it as follows. Get him the help that he needs. And I have in parentheses on the side of it saying please unsubscribe. I don't want individuals that feel like is that want to give every single violent criminal a second chance. I think we're past that point at this point. That's how we got here. That bleeding heart liberal, bleeding heart bullshit. That's how we got here. Put them away. That's that's perhaps a better that's a much better answer. But I'm at the point where until people get their shit together nationwide, and again, this is just wishful thinking, right? In an ideal world, when you come across people like that, right? Like this individual, me personally, the third option is put them down. It's that simple. That's how I look at it. And again, this is not me being ruthless or heartless. This is me sitting here saying that this is a big fucking problem. Now, when it comes down to this lady here, I hope she does at least no less than 5 years, right? No less. I mean, listen. It is terrible. I'm pretty sure she was not trying to kill this child, right? But your job was to protect that child while that child is under your care. And you caused harm to that child. Until we start making examples of individuals, again, this when I sit there and I say, for example, with this other individual swinging boards at people from behind, and again, outside of a courthouse, he blindsides this fucking lady, so he doesn't even care about police. He doesn't care about nothing. You think that he's going to bring back to society? Souls was arraigned Wednesday morning at Little Rock District Court and pleaded not guilty to capital murder, jail records show. She's being held behind bars at the Pulaski County Jail without bond until her trial. Let's see what some of these comics say, because we're gonna find trash. This is what meth will make folks do. Requesting a drug test should be part of the hiring process. She have drug tested herself since she owned the daycare, or are you suggesting that the parents should have asked her to take one? Well, I mean, it was her business, right? Consider raising your own children. Really look at the cost of daycare, monetary and other. Hey, but then moms wouldn't be able to scramble that corporate ladder to middle management and take care of people. Wait, I mean, hey, but then moms wouldn't be able to scramble that corporate ladder to middle management and take care of people who just use them for their own ends instead of people who love them unconditionally. Glad it wasn't one of mine. She'd never have to be sorry. Mm, okay. Dog, are they really gatekeeping the comments now? What? Oh, it's gone. Really? How many? Wait, hold on. That's not right. There's 110 comments. With okay, let's go with oldest. That poor innocent child lost his life because a monster praying for his family. If prayers mattered, the kid would be alive. God wouldn't have let it happen, or God had a plan. She allowed it. She followed it. Therefore, she shouldn't be charged. Pick a fairy. What the fuck? Look, I'm not religious, and it does kind of irk me a lot of times when you have religious people cherry pick, you know, and put God's name in a lot of things. Again, I'm not religious. Like for example, you have that boxer from Nigeria, Anthony Joshua, who just survived that terrible fucking car accident, and somebody posted the a picture saying, "If anyone doesn't believe God exists, look at this terrible car crash." And you can see Anthony Joshua walked away from a car crash that was really, really, really bad, and we know this because two other people died in that car crash that were in the front of the car. But the picture said, um, you know, basically that if you don't believe in God, here's proof, and it's just like, dog, come on now. And I've always been that way, but come on, you don't need to be spiteful for the sake of being spiteful, right? In this case right here, like, come on, dude, what are you doing? Standard behavior in the Islam, the, what? Standard behavior in the Islamic Muslim Manami City Council. This is a troll. This is a troll right here. This shit happened in Arkansas. This is nowhere near New York City. What is wrong with you, dog? Why would you even when you have these low quality, like, have you guys noticed that there's so many low quality accounts on these sites? And they're every fucking where. And the thing that's so crazy about it is the way that they work. They're literal farm bots, right? They're literal bots, and they're all over the place on Twitter, on Facebook, on even platforms like this. And their only goal is to agitate and fucking start problems. That's all that they do. They live online to do this shit. This is what they find entertaining. And and the thing is that if you just sit there and lead on to their bullshit, you start thinking that this is how the world behaves and acts, and it's not. It's absolutely not. Now, if you run across these in the, oh, come on now, I'm not ever doing that. That sucks if New York Post is now stopping people from seeing comments with that. Anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, as I said, be vigilant. Pay attention to your kids. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.